Hey everybody, Mark Ehlert, the Blind Drummer here. So today I want to talk to you about accessibility and how I stay connected with the digital world. That's something I'm really thankful about in the era that I'm living right now. When I first lost my vision, it was really hard. Going from 100% 20/20 vision to total blindness, I had to completely relearn how to do everything. And I was really stubborn and stuck in my old ways. I didn't think it was really possible for me to be connected with the digital world and know how to do things. Like I had an old school Nokia flip phone, and I pretty much had my whole phone book memorized in alphabetical order. So I would just scroll through the names hoping I was on the right person I was looking for, manually type out a text message, or try to send them a phone call. Most people nowadays, they're bad about answering their phone. It's a digital world. You stay connected with social media like Facebook and through texting. And that's why it was really hard for me until I found out about Apple. Apple's actually really big in the blind community. They have something called the screen reading software, which is Voiceover, that actually helps the visually impaired stay connected. It's on all Apple devices, whether it be your iPhone or your MacBook or your MacBook Pro. That's also how I do my engineering and recording. I'm sure you guys were wondering about that in the last video when I mentioned about recording. I have a MacBook Pro, I use VoiceOver, so it helps just narrate and let me know everything that I'm doing on my computer. I can stay connected with my emails, crank out some tracks and do some cool things. And I have my iPhone 6 here with me right now. I'm using my iPhone 8 to record this video, but I got my old iPhone 6 I'm gonna bust out and show you guys how the screen reading software works. So that way, if there's somebody who's like me out there, who's just kind of stubborn or just losing their vision, trying to rehabilitate themselves, this is something that is so useful and can really help you. Also, any of you out there that have visually impaired family members or friends that don't know about this kind of thing, I really want to help spread the word. So I'm gonna bust out this iPhone 6 right here, show you guys what I'm talking about. Sweet, I got this bad boy unlocked and I got the volume up pretty loud so you guys could probably hear it. I'll try to hold it up so you guys can see what I'm doing on my screen. Now, most smartphones is when you actually touch the screen and make contact, it's normally gonna execute what you did. Whatever you touch, it's gonna just open that app. Now the iPhone, as I touch something, it'll highlight it. It'll tell me what my VoiceOver cursor has encountered. Wallet. Like right there, it's on a wallet. If I wanna move through apps, I slide left to right. Settings. Page 2 of 4. That helps me shuffle through the apps. Like right now, it's on the mail app. If I double tap that rather than single tap, double tap, it'll open the mail. Boom. Mail. Real VNC. There we go. You can slide through, like I said, you use your fingers, you can slide left to right to actually scroll through things to highlight different things for your voiceover. When you want to come out of there, boom, you press the home button and it'll actually bring you back to the home screen where all your apps are, where everything is. Like I said, big fan of Apple. They've really helped me come farther in life. And for those of you, if you're curious, pretty much in your iPhone or your MacBook, any of your Apple device, you want to go to settings. In settings, there's something called accessibility. You go to accessibility, and in there you go to VoiceOver. That's where you can turn it on or off. Or you can also actually just hold the home button down for a minute. When you hold that, Siri will beep at you. It'll chirp. When it chirps, you can just speak to your phone and say, turn on VoiceOver. It'll turn it on for you. Same way to turn it off. You can toggle it on and off that way. And actually, Apple isn't just helpful for people with visual impairments. They also have things for the audio impaired as well as for motor skill functions. Like I said, Apple is a really big part of the community. It helps a lot of people. How I found out about Apple was through Department of Rehabilitation. They knew I was really involved in music. It was a big part of my life. So they hooked me up with somebody and helped me get involved in a program called IC Music. It's an amazing program that really helped me a lot. I've been playing music now for a little over 20 years. Getting a chance to go to this school and learn the ins and outs of engineering and recording really helped open a lot of doors and helped me do more with music. It's something I love. It's great to be a part of that program because it really connected me with a big community of other visually impaired musicians and engineers. And now even after graduation, 5 years later, I still keep in contact with that whole community. So anybody who's interested in music or if you have visual impairment, I'm gonna leave some information about the school called IC Music. IC Music, ISEEMUSIC. There's going to be information and details in the description about it. The CEO and founder is a great man. It's a really commendable program. It's great staff and they help teach you so much. So everybody who has an interest in music, if you have a visual impairment, I really suggest looking into it. If you also have any more information you want to know about accessibility and the things Apple does, I'm sure you can find it on an Apple website, or there's somebody out there with a podcast called The Blind Side. His name is Jonathan Mosen. Jonathan Mosen, M-O-S-E-N. He's a visually impaired man who really helps you go through the accessibility steps and through his education and what it took for him to actually get his degrees and do what he does. He has a really great podcast. It really helps you understand things. Anybody, if you have more information you want to know about, feel free to leave a comment. And feel free to subscribe if you'd like to. I'm going to have a lot more information coming at you guys. And mark my words, mental health awareness saved my life.